Hello, today we are going to continue from the last time. So we completed chapter 4 last day, and today we are going to go to chapter 5 in my chapter. We completed chapter 3, I'm going to chapter 4 in my notes, but it's actually chapter 6 in Zeroda's notes, so there's a mismatch, but it's the same thing, just the chapter number is different. We don't need to, worry about that. So, the stock markets. Why do stock prices move? Demand and supply, that's why. And because of news and things which things which you don't to know, things which people are doing legally, illegally, anything, we don't need to know about that. We just need to know why the stock prices are moving. Okay. How to transact? Well, these are stupid things. I won't tell this. You can get it anywhere on any platform you use, be it online or offline. Okay, so post purchase, after you have purchased stocks, it won't immediately come into your demat account. What will happen is you need to wait for 2 days. So on the first day, like on the Tth day, when you buy the stocks, nothing will happen. On the second day, on the T+1 day, uh, your broker will send the money to wherever they have to send it to. I don't remember that right now. I need to revise again. Or on the T+2th day, you will get your stocks in your demat account. After that, you can sell it, you can hold it, you can do whatever with it. It's your thing. All right. Holding period for which you hold your stocks. There's a famous Warren Buffett quote when he was asked what is the best holding period. He said forever. So that's good. Then comes like returns. There's the absolute return and the CAGR, compounded annual return growth. CAGR, no, so compounded annual growth return. Yeah. So what is absolute return is not actually a good, what is it? A good thing to compare your profit percentages to, because like if even after 3 years there is a return of like 5%, it will still be a 5%. Like after 3 years, if it's a 15% profit, you will be happy because it's a 15%. But if you then compare it annually, which is the CAGR, it might come less than the Nifty one or the Sensex one, whichever you follow, and that's not good. It's such a Nifty bees में फिर invest कर लेते हैं ना. Don't follow my advice. So that's why there's a compounded annual growth rate, where it's the formula is the end amount by start amount to the power of 1 by number of years minus 1. This is the class 9-10 compound interest formula which we studied. It's just changing the subject like that. Okay, so that's it. There are some examples here where let me show you. There are some examples here of what happens. Just see it. Let's just see the slides once. I'll show you the slides because pause करके पढ़ लो, अच्छा होगा. That's it. La 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 la. There's some examples here. Oh God. All right. कितना बोल रहे लोग? बाप रे बाप. Calculate returns, वगैरह वगैरह. Where do you fit in? Every market participant has an own unique style to participate. There's the day trader, there's the scalper, there's the swing trader. No, I don't like. Right, value investor, growth investor. Nice. Yeah, some of the really famous investors of the world are seen: Munger, Lynch, Benjamin Graham, Thomas. I think though the web version has more data than the mobile version. That's good. I should probably study from the web version, shouldn't I? Mobile version में बहुत कुछ नहीं है, क्यों भाई? Okay, so the chapter 5, the index. The stock market index. There are various index. Two examples are Nifty and Sensex. Every time someone asks you to how the markets are going, you would check the general trend of few important stocks and give an answer. You won't see the up and down of every stock on the market. You will see some of the important ones, some of the ones which represent India as a whole. So that's what we do when someone asks how the economy is doing. So the important companies are pre-selected and monitored to give a sense of how markets are performing. These pre-selected stocks are called the market indices. These are called the market indices. Yeah, the two main market indices in India are S&P BSE Sensex and the CNX Nifty. The Sensex is of Bombay Stock Exchange BSE and the CNX Nifty is of the NSE National. That's here. Yeah. So S&P stands for Standard and Poor's. Nice name. A global credit rating agency. They are on the BSE, of course, and the National Stock Exchange wala jo CNX Nifty, that is maintained by Indian Index Services and Products Limited, II, not T, IISL in this case. Amazing. A joint venture of the National Stock Exchange and CRISIL. In fact, the term CNX stands for CRISIL and NSE. Good to know. This was not given in the mobile version. I shit you not. There's too much information on the web version. Why? What happened in the mobile version? Why is less? There's less. Huh. I'm going through a crisis now. I don't know this. अच्छा जितना आता है मेरे को उतना ही बोल देते हैं. The index applications. Okay. First, let me talk about an analytic index. Continuous reading on how market is performing. So the analytic index should represent the whole economy comprising of different sectors and economies. मतलब हर sector of the economy का like there should be equal or corresponding weightage. Okay. So index applications. What are index applications? The index, the first one is information. It reflects the general market trend for the selected period. Benchmarking. For all trading or investing activity, a yardstick to measure the performance is required. Like if you get 20% return, but Nifty at the same time jumped over 30%, I'm a loser. No cap. The objective is to outperform the index if you are going for the index. Like if you don't want to outperform the index, then just invest in an index fund which will go, they invest the same stocks as the index. So, I don't think I'm using the correct technical jargon, so I apologize in advance. Index trading, that's what I was talking about. Trading on the index, which is trading on the broader scheme of things. Trading on the freaking economy itself. That's called index trading. Trades such as this are possible through what is known as the derivative segment of the markets. I don't know what the derivative segment of the market is. I haven't studied it. Full disclaimer. Okay, now there is something called portfolio hedging. All right, something like that's actually written in my note. Let me show you. Something when you can see a market crashing, freak out option. That's the portfolio hedging. I don't know. Okay, index construction. Index is composition of many stocks. A company needs to qualify certain criteria to be part of the index. If it fails at any point, it gets replaced. Each stock of the index is assigned a certain weight. Weightage means how important a certain stock is on the index. So to assign weight on the stocks, I don't know. They didn't say about what criteria there are for a stock to be a part of the index. But so how the index gives weightage is by doing a simple multiplication of number of shares held by market participants and anyone who holds shares into cost of the shares. So that proportion is how the what's called weightage is decided. Okay. Sectors, there are sector specific indices. Bank Nifty index or NSE represents performance specific to banking industry. There is an IT index on the NSE. Not all sector specific indexes are tradable, like Nifty 50 or things like that. Yeah. Alright, there's the next chapter. Let's see how much I haven't been privy to just because I was on the mobile. Okay, I haven't really understood what portfolio hedging is, so I'll show you what portfolio hedging something is here, and I'll read it to you. If you understand, it's well and good. So portfolio hedging usually builds a portfolio of securities. A typical portfolio contains 10 to 12 stocks which they would have bought from a long-term perspective. While the stocks are held from a long-term perspective, they could foresee a prolonged adverse movement in the market, right? I say movement, potentially eroding the capital of the portfolio. In such a situation, investors can use the index to hedge the portfolio. We will explore. We will explore it later. Something. All right, I don't think I missed anything here. Well, I definitely missed some things here. Key takeaways from this chapter. An index acts as a barometer for the whole freaking economy. Index goes up, indicates that the market participants are optimistic. Index going down indicates that the market participants are pessimistic. BSE Sensex, NSE 50, blah blah blah. India follows the free float market capitalization method to construct the index. Weightage wala. Just okay, the next chapter, which is chapter 8 here, but chapter 6 for me, is the commonly used technical doohickeys or doodads or jargons, whatever you want. Bull market to the moon, diamond hands, apes together strong. Bear markets, pessimistic people. Trend, general market direction. 52-week low high is the stock's low and high of 52-week period, matlab 1 year. All-time low high, matlab stock's all-time low high, of course. Face value of stock. Indicates nominal value of share when dividends and stocks are split. When dividends are given and stocks are split, they are done so in keeping face value and perspective. So देखते हो ना, like 1500% dividend, that's not usually indicative because that's on the what's it called, on the face value. Okay, long position when you are holding a stock. Long matlab when you are holding a stock, बस वही मतलब for a particular any period of time, that's called long position. Short position matlab when you are okay, so now short position, that's what happened with the whole AMC GME thing. Short position matlab when you don't buy a stock yourself, you borrow a stock from someone and you sell it because you know that the stock will go down. So when it goes down, you then buy it for buy it back for a lesser amount, so it's technically a profit for you, and then you give it back to from whoever you borrowed the shares from. That's called the short position. Shorting the market, I scrolled it now. Reddit part, GME, okay. Logistics for a short trade. When you sell it, you borrow it from someone. I said that. Square off when you exit the market. That's called square off. Like if you're short, buying back the shares is called square off, and if you're long, selling the shares are called square off. OHLC and it's 12 minutes. तो OHLC and volume जल्दी बोल देते हैं. OHLC मतलब opening of a day, high of a day, low of a day, closing of a day. Self-explanatory. Opening मतलब जब market open हुआ at 9:15, what the price was, high of the day, highest price at which it was traded, the low of the day, lowest price at which it was traded, closing of the day at 3:30 p.m. whatever the closing price was, that was the close. OHLC volumes, it represents the total transactions buy and sell for a particular stock in that particular day. Pretty self-explanatory. Market segment, okay. What is a market segment? I don't remember. Capital market segment offers tradable security like equity and exchange traded funds. Oh. So the thing which I want to do, yeah, that's called the capital market segment. Futures and options, I haven't studied about this. Equity derived segment where one would trade leveraged products. Wholesale debt market deals with fixed income securities. Debt instruments include government securities, treasury bills, bond issued by public sector undertaking, corporate bonds, corporate debentures. I just read it out. I don't know what this means. 13-minute video. Thank you for watching. Bye.